There is something called the Hitler dog hypnosis theory. Rumor has it Hitler's ability to mesmerize crowds was first tested on dogs. Nazi researchers supposedly experimented with using calm, dominant posture and fixed stares to control attacking dogs without leashes. Some conspiracy historians claim Hitler learned his frozen stare technique from this. Never proved, but it fits with this weird fact that Hitler adored his German Shepherd, Blondie, and spent more time training it than talking to his generals. Now, let me tell you my story of how I learned to be a leader. Not the greatest ones, actually, but pretty much made me not so less powerful than other people, you know, all learned from training and growing one little puppy. It is April 1st, 2025. For the first time in my life, I hated dogs. I wanted to cause them pain and make them suffer. But why? It is 6:30 a.m. in the morning and I am slowly walking into my house. But as I walk in, I find a black head peeping from under the sofa beside the door. My face beams with a smile as I realize it's my new dog Ned that my parents told me about. So I lock the door, bend over to space and touch its soft black fur for the first time in my life. I feel immense joy as I touch it and I realize how it has been my dream to always have a dog for myself from my childhood. It took 22 years for God to present me with this wonderful gift, I think to myself. But the next minute, my heart starts racing, my face stiffens, with me clenching my teeth, and I curl my fists in anger. Because the puppy snaps at my fingers as I touch it, and I start bleeding. By the way, it is a Rottweiler puppy, quite an angry one actually. So, what did I do after that incident? Did I hate my dog forever? Did I throw it away? Or was I wrong in thinking that dogs are all love, care, and gratitude? Let me explain. I hated the dog for that one day. But my theory was that maybe I was the one at mistake. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I frightened out the puppy by straight away getting close with it without letting it to know me first. So I maintained my distance for the first few days and let it be itself, getting used to its new surroundings. Then I started hand feeding its food, walked it around and let it nip me or growl at me because it's new. Wait, I theorized that over time it will get used to it. But then it became worse. It barked when I restricted certain things that it was not allowed to do, and even it snapped at me at times. So, what was it doing wrong? I had sacrificed my space and allowed it to stuff that it wants to do without punishing it or even being over restrictive, just to make it happy. So, what was I doing wrong despite giving it all the freedom that I could? So, I had to find out an actual concrete answer rather than theorizing them, which is why I spoke with people who have grown dogs in their lives. Most of them ended up saying, make sure that the dog has consequences. Beat it down so that it understands pain. But this advice seemed logical because other animals do not mess with a lion, do they? If they do so, the consequences would be fatal. This way, even as humans, the most advanced creatures do not mess with lions. Of course, face to face. Nor do we mess with the most powerful or the richest people in our world. They have the power to disrupt our lives with the snap of the fingers. So what did I do? Kick my puppy in its butt till it summoned to my authority? You know, this can actually work because we ourselves never mess with that one big bully gang ever because we know the consequences could be fatal. But what I did not like about this path was that I was being a leader out of fear and not respect or loyalty. So I went back to the very basics. I started searching, investigating books, videos, blogs, whatever I can get my hands on about dog psychology. And after just 3 weeks of executing all of which I learned, the Rottweiler finally submitted to my authority, command, and accepted me as its leader. Not out of fear, but out of respect and loyalty. So, what is calm, dominant leadership? What are the steps to achieve? And the most important question is, does it help you in the same day to get instant respect from other people in your life? Does it make you the powerful one in your gang? If so, how? Most of the times people annoy you, do not listen to you when you ask them something. They test you, try to dominate you, overpower you. Sometimes they just push you over. Sometimes they bully you. neglected, and whatnot. Dogs do all of this, and here's how I handled all of this and made my dog a loyal follower of me as a calm, dominant leader without force. And you can do the same to humans too. But what is more surprising is you do not need to master the deepest psychology of humans to command humans, dogs, or any other living being. We just need to avoid these two mistakes at all costs. Everything else will follow. Mistake number one is do not try to dominate others by force to establish yourself as the leader. The reason is obvious. They will probably come back to you in groups and you will be the one to suffer in the end. Mistake number two is do not try to please people to get them to do what you want. The reason is obvious again. By pleasing people, you position yourself as a spineless meat of skin walking around. People will not accept you as a leader, they will just walk all over you. And next mistake number three is you cannot be reactive. Whatsoever, you cannot show your frustration, emotion, anger, nor can you beg or plead to obey you. You cannot be desperate. So you have avoided these three mistakes. What should you do now? Follow this one rule every single time, and people maybe they will not accept you as a leader immediately, but they will identify you as a man of power. Before I explain you that one single thing that you have to do, listen to this incident. Zen monks in the 1600s studied dog pads to explain Wu Wei, that means effortless authority. They noted that the pad follows the one who exerts the least energy, not the most. That monk compared it to emperors who rule by sitting still, while the kingdom arranges itself. The less you force, the more they fall, and the dogs knew it. Monks knew it, but modern people forgot it. Here's what a great leader would do. He would set boundaries by telling just once, not twice, not thrice, but once, in a stern voice and a body language that shouts, I'm not messing around. If you do something that I do not like, you will not like what I do next. In that kind of voice and body language. That is it. So the takeaway is clear. Set boundaries and stand your ground. You have to be stern, patient, stand your ground, and learn to say no. Be selfish, put your peace yourself first before the dog or the person, whoever it is. This is the fastest way to be the leader that the world wants. If you know a person who actually beak and let other people walk all over him, send this to him. Until next time, peace.